The transponder management is an area where GWP has something to bring in. The macro project that is being implemented in West Africa is very much appreciated from NBA and the countries. Macro basin is shared by 3 countries, and we managed to get them sign a cooperation agreement, framework agreement, and the countries signed it in December. The challenge is now how to implement it, and we learned a lot from there. We want to duplicate it in another basin with a focus on water and land management. Yes.
Central Asian Caucasus Global Water Partnership Network, I believe that we accepted by local authorities, local stakeholders, and international agencies who are very active in the water sector, in all sectors around water in our region, accepted us as a, if possible to say, smart network. Smart, it means that simple, measurable, applicable, and transparent and time-bound, if possible to say, because when we invited to assist different stakeholders, different agencies in their events to explain what does it mean IDLBRM, Integrated Water Resource Management. So we are doing this very easy and very understandable in a few minutes. We can explain that what does it mean integrated water resource management. So this is system of institutional and managerial instruments which help to achieve water availability in a stable and equal manner in time and space. So and after that it's accepted and everybody understands to which direction we have to go. So that is, I believe that that is our achievement and that is our advance.
I can share with you that we were affected by a severe drought since 2014. So we started to prepare an assessment of the economic impacts of drought in 3 sectors: hydroelectricity, agriculture, mainly in basic grains, and water provision. And the results of these studies are very helpful because they gave us with an amount of money that the drought cost the region around $650 million US dollars. So this is very helpful because we can reach decision makers and influence their decisions regarding the importance of water management, and this is a new data that didn't exist. So it's also a way of GWP to continue working on drought issues. The other thing that I can share was our experience in supporting countries in the national development plans. We started an alliance with UNEP and UNDP, and we carried out this workshop last year. And this has gave us the opportunity also to partner with these 2 agencies and start trying to coordinate efforts in order to prepare proposals to be submitted to the Green Climate Fund. So this also makes possible to continue supporting countries in these important issues, and also to link these to other initiatives that we have at regional level that is supporting a technical committee integrated by the national water directors that they are going to feed on these national plans processes, and we are actually also supporting the preparation of funding proposal that is going to be submitted also to the Green Climate Fund on the Drought corridor. So we plan that this group of water directors can also feed on this process. And the other thing that I can share with you is we are starting an alliance with the private sector we have partnered with Amanco Mexican, that is this big company in charge of elaborating tubes. So we have carried out with them some pilot projects on rainwater harvesting. They have developed a technology, and we have tested it at rural areas, and they are a private company that has presence at regional level. So this gives us the opportunity to replicate these experiences, to identify lessons learned, and to have experience on the ground of technologies that are working out, that are successful, and that we can replicate and share with other partners.
I'd like to share two experiences from the region. From the last year, we produced a series of knowledge products as a result of the integrated drought management program. The first is integrated drought management guideline. It was inspired by the global integrated drought management program, and it's a 7-step guideline how to produce a drought management plan. We also produced small water retention guidelines that can be used in connection with the water and land issues. In addition to the guidelines, we also published a one-pager background technical note for policymakers, which is important to reach also that level of the governance. Another experience from the region is the fundraising. We invested quite a lot of efforts into getting new funds. For example, we were successful into raising startup funding for Sun Danube project. We are implementing this project together with our partners, with the University of Ljubljana and Wisdom from Moldova. We will prepare a full-scale proposal this year. We are also part in other proposals. One is on the drought, it's called Dry Danube, and the other is on the Tisa river basin. There are also some issues that we have to solve in relation to the fundraising, such as co-financing and pre-financing of the projects, but we hope to solve them by end of this year.
2015 was a very challenging and interesting year for GWP Med, because it was the year during which we completed a number of important multi-year programs that allow us to build our substantial agenda around the themes of GWP. At the same time, it was the year where we secured the continuation of these programs and even more. So all this related to transboundary water resources management, non-conventional water resources, integrated water resources management linked with integrated coastal zone management, water governance and financing with emphasis on the private sector participation, and even more. The interesting thing is that we have now the capacity to continue and even go for more. Actually, in the end of the year finds us in a situation that we have increased by more than double our budget, reaching to 3.5 million euro per year secured for the next 3 years, and we grow up even more. Plus, we go from 14 currently to 22 staff members, and hopefully we will be able to increase. Now, this brings the big challenge, the actual big challenge right now for GWP Med, and this is how we build in a very solid and workable, functional way our foundation. How we work more on our accountabilities, on our internal management, or on our own operations, and how we make this productive in order to have a good reporting and monitoring system that matches in a perfect way with GWP. This is what keeps us really busy right now while we are implementing the whole activities, is to set this mechanism. We believe that liaising even more with the GWP institutional setting will make good for the region, and this is what we are suggesting and hoping.
In last year, we have several lessons learned. I can mention 2 of them. The first is about the promotion of policy development, and GWP China Shanxi Provincial Water Partnership proposed regulations on groundwater management in the province, together with the provincial water department, based on the preparatory work that they have done in the previous years. And this regulations draft was submitted to the provincial legislational authority, the People's Congress, for discussing and approval. And it is very fortunate for them that this regulations draft was officially adopted and be effective starting from early this year. So this shows the influence of decision making and policy development. The second lessons that we learned last year is again the promotion work that we have done for inter-regional cooperation. And in December last year, GWP China, together with GWPO Secretariat, successfully organized the South-South Cooperation Workshop on flood management in December last year, with the participants from all the 4 Asian regional water partnerships and some international organizations. And this has been followed by the second Pan-Asia workshop just in coming July this year during Singapore International Water Week, and we will discuss again about urban water management. And followed also MOU for further cooperation among the 4 Asian regional water partnerships. And this MOU, I'm pleased to say that will be signed by all the 4 Asian regional water partnerships, together with GWPO Secretariat, just this evening here in Stockholm during the Regional Days.
Tremendous highlight for Global Water Partnership Southern Africa last year was the successful leveraging of over €5 million from the work that we have done through the support of the WACDEP project and the Core Fund. What we've managed to do in the region is leverage these funds for specific countries to do very local level work, either at municipality level or actually for national government. An example of this would be the support that GWP Southern Africa facilitated in bringing the Africa Development Bank, the Africa Water Facility, to support infrastructure projects in Mozambique to address the issue of climate resilient infrastructure. Flood management projects were they have accessed funds for. And that is through the work that we did, the preparatory work that we did in the country through the WACDEP initiative. It's not easy for institutions to gain access and trust to different ministries, to different mandated institutions. But over the years, GWP Southern Africa has built an 18-year-long relationship with SADC, and SADC is 15 countries at the end of the day. So because at the regional and the national level we work very closely with the mandated institutions, we were entrusted to work as an implementing partner of SADC and report also on WACDEP and all the activities of GWPSA to the member states of SADC, and the successes of Mozambique and Zimbabwe, also a river basin organization that we leveraged funds for a climate change action plan, Orasicom for the Orange Senku Basin. We've also managed to get facilitate AFDB funds for them. So at all the different levels that we work with in the region, overall with the trusted relationship that we have built over 18 years in the region, we've managed to work now at country level with the mandated institutions.